Here we go for tonight, boys. Okay, we're all set up. Okay, we're all good here. Let me know if you can hear me. Got the whiteboard. In for a good night of hockey, boys. Alrighty. We're all set now. Cool. So we're in for a good match tonight. Game 1, round 2 of Nashville, St. Louis. I'm not going to catch Edmonton and Anaheim tonight, but anyways, Facecam video like usual. So, how you doing, John? How you doing, David? Glad you guys came through. So, having some hockey talk and a bit of GM lines and stuff like that for, I don't know if you guys checked out the Toronto game, Toronto GM mode per se, but I wrote down the lines that I got set over here. You can barely see them. I could read them out. Don't even worry about it. And we can get a bit of a discussion going on here. I read through your comments. Thank you for those of you who left them for sure. Definitely interested to hear in depth even more what you guys got to say about that. But yeah, we only made one move so far in the GM mode. You look so much cuter. Oh, thanks, John. I love it. How you doing, Matthew and Jeremy? Glad you came through. But yeah, still a bit early for the game, but you know, hope you guys got your monitors all set up, because game 1 of Nashville, St. Louis is what I'm watching over here. I got the board over there, everything's all set, and the lines for GM mode. Unfortunately, 44 games is 19 wins, 22 losses, 3 overtime, 41 points. Bit of a rebuild mode. We got Polak and Boyle that are injured for the Toronto GM mode as we speak. Do you think Matt Murray is going to be as good as Price? Depends what Pittsburgh does with Fleury. If they keep him around already even more than they have, that might limit his experience. But then again, he won a cup and he's playing with Pittsburgh, so there's always a chance for sure. He's still young. Johnny was already cute. Love it, boys. Love it. Nashville and Ducks are going to win. In terms of tonight's games, that's actually my prediction for tonight. I'm not gonna watch the Ducks one as soon as the Nashville's game is done. We're gonna end the stream, but for tonight's game, I do think the Ducks are gonna come out with a win. I think the fact they have more playoff experience, they're gonna kind of know how to start this whole series off, and I think Nashville's gonna take game 1 against St. Louis. How you doing, Gideon? Happy you came through. And the game is about to start, so that's interesting there. What do you think about Washington? I want them to win the cup. So far, they made it past a scarier Toronto team than most of us thought they would be. As you saw in round 1, they beat them in 6 games. Now they go against Pittsburgh. They haven't had any success really against them in the playoffs. If anyone's going to beat the Caps, it's defending Stanley Cup champion team. And I want the Caps to win because I have them winning the cup, but I got a feeling that Pittsburgh is going to take the series, but it's still too early to say for sure. Do you remember me? Yes, I remember you, Gideon. How you doing, man? I remember you. I was going to win the Stanley Cup. Again, I'm going to go with my original pick being Washington. You can check out my prediction video for round 2 if you haven't already. I think Washington is going to take it, but I'm very worried seeing Pittsburgh being their opponent, absolutely. But Washington and Pittsburgh is going to be a very hard series, absolutely. I got a feeling this series is going to go to up to like 6 or 7 games in that ballpark. But I'm worried about Washington for sure. Absolutely. But JVR, Matthews, Nylander, Leo, Marner, Lupul, Fair, Kadri, Boyle, Martin, Bozak, Lievo. See, realistically, those are pretty good lines, but thing about in-game, if I could find the Sharpie. The game does the thing about morale, right? And they assign players roles and stuff like that. So if I wanted to put Bozak 4th line, I could, but then it would skew up the whole morale thing, because in the game he's listed as a 2nd line, Kadri listed 2nd line, Nylander 2nd, I think Matthews became 1st now since he progressed up to 87, JVR 2nd, Marner 2nd, and then I think this whole 3rd line is listed as 3rd, Martin is listed as 3rd, but he's chilling on the 4th line right now, and the rest is 4th. So if we could make temporary moves like that, see how it works, but long term, it's not going to be something I could do, because morale, as much as I turned it off, still plays a factor in this game, though. But I'll consider it. Thank you. What about St. Louis? It's going to be a battle of goalies in this series. Where is it here? Nashville, St. Louis. It's going to be Jake Allen versus Pecorine. It's going to be the defense core from Nashville against the defense core from St. Louis that bullied Minnesota pretty much. And if Nashville's offense can continue the run they've been having against Chicago versus pretty much Tarasenko and secondary scoring from St. Louis. So I think it's going to be a very defensive series. That's my guess on it. Which captain from the 8 teams will be a key player in the second round? Well, it depends if McDavid can keep accumulating experience and play his game and not get caught too much out of his game. You know, the beef with Pavelski getting under his skin and everything. It's part of him gaining experience and whatnot. Ryan Getzlaf, big part as well, seeing as Perry has slowed down a bit. Looking at the other series, I mean, I'm looking more at Edmonton right here. In terms of Washington, Pittsburgh, obviously Crosby is Crosby. Ovi hasn't had the playoff success, so I know it's not all on Ovi this year. In Washington, it's pretty spread out. But we'll have to see if he can step up his game against Pittsburgh this year. And Ottawa and New York, McDonough, Carlson, pretty much the leaders of the team on defense as well. It's going to be about if Carlson can keep up the offense with an injured foot that has been announced, and if McDonough can keep things on the defensive side, which is, I know, more his style for sure. Don't like the playoff format. On a personal note, wow, the TV's flashing at me right now. But I see what they're going with this format. It's tried to encourage rivalries and everything. But it's bad to force them. When it happens naturally, it's a lot better. Like the Vancouver and Chicago rivalry a few years ago, and that was during the 1-8-2-7 kind of system, you know. I see what they're doing with this, but I kind of miss the old system. That's just me, though. Pittsburgh won last year, so Washington beats them. We'll see, absolutely. How you doing, Mark K? You can give Kadri and Bozak first-line PK. Give Bozak second-line PK. Yeah, I could definitely give them extra ice time that way. It's just the fact that keeping Bozak on the 4th line, I don't know if it'll compensate enough, but these are all line changes I can look into for sure. We'll see if it helps out or not, though. If Allen plays as good as he did in round 1, they should win. Yeah, but then again, you can't doubt Pekka Rinne. He shut out the Hawks twice, so they are at least on par. At least on par right now. I still think Rinne has been better, but Allen has faced a lot more of a competition in round 1. That's my own personal opinion, though. How you doing, Emmanuel? How you doing, MLG? This is Gideon, by the way. My phone is an update. Oh, okay, not bad. How you doing there? Lag, yeah. Little live streams have lags, so it is what it is. When there's only 22 people watching, I don't mind it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I like the face cams anyways. But this game looks like it's about to start. At least maybe just the national anthems, but that's what I see on my end over here. But yeah. So that pretty much sets that up for the GM mode. Looking at tonight, there's also Anaheim, Edmonton. I'm not going to stick around for that game though. But what's going on with the Blues game? Hasn't started yet. I think it's pretty much just national anthems. Not even that yet. It's just like lights and everything. It's just still it's about to start the national anthem. But yeah. So Anaheim, Edmonton, not going to cash out tonight, but definitely going to be interesting. Who takes game 1 may dictate how the series kind of leans towards. Of course, one game doesn't mean anything in a series of best 4 out of 7. But against an inexperienced Edmonton, they made it through San Jose. We've got to see if they can maintain that momentum against experienced teams in the playoffs like they do, or will potentially do against Anaheim. So we'll see. Let's go Preds. I agree. I like the Preds to take game 1. I want the Preds to take the series. I think they take it in 6. That's my guess. I think that's what I said. I'll stick with it anyways. But St. Louis is an absolutely good foe, to say the least as well. But yeah. Who do you want to win the cup? Well, I predicted Washington to win it before the playoffs even started. I got a feeling they won't make it past Pittsburgh, but I'm going to stick with my pick. So I'll go with that. I hope Ottawa wins the series, but I think New York is, though, in 7 games. There's only 2 Canadian teams left, being Ottawa and Edmonton, and as much as I said I think New York takes it in 6, I'd probably be happier to see Ottawa take it. I want a Canadian team to win it, so absolutely. You gonna watch the Oilers game? No, I'm not watching it tonight, unfortunately. School is out in about 2 weeks, at least for me. So I should be a little bit more available for those type of later games, just schedule-wise. But recap video tonight anyways. So we can catch that right there. Same, we got the Caps. Yeah, same. It's hard to root against them when it's pretty much now or never, and if they don't win this year, it's not going to happen in the OV era. At least that's my call on that. But they gotta get it together and get off to a good start tomorrow in Game 1. How you doing, Bluto? Yeah, I remember you, Kalen. How you doing, man? How you doing, bud? But yeah, still going on with the national anthems as we speak. So let's just try to fix that over here. There we go. But yeah. Do you think Washington will beat the Pens? That's the thing. They could if... How do I say this? Look, Washington is the best team on paper, in my opinion. I have them winning the Cup before the series even started. I'm going to stick with them winning the Cup. But I have a bad feeling with them against Pittsburgh. Their track record against them isn't very good. Even though they're missing Murray and Letang, I still like Pittsburgh over Washington. But I'm going to stick with Washington, though. Pecorino has .7 goals against the playoffs and .976 save percentage. It's pretty insane. Jake Allen, 1.47 goals against average, .956 save percentage. Also pretty unreal. But yeah. Do you think the Rangers beat the Sens would be a better matchup? Wait, do you think if the Rangers beat the Sens would be a better matchup? What do you mean by that? If they beat the Sens, would it be a better matchup? Like Rangers and Washington, still be a pretty tight one. We'll cross the bridge when we get there for sure. But yeah, now or never for the Caps, absolutely. Caps in 7 because of home ice. It is Pittsburgh though. It's hard to bet against them, but I'm gonna do it anyways. When is the second episode of GM Mode? Technically already out. I mean, I did episode 0 and episode 1, so unless you consider the episode after 0, episode 2, in that case, it's already up. You can check it out. There's a link in the description of this live stream where you can check it right in there. This is going to be a good series. Absolutely. I think it's going to be a low-scoring series. A lot of offensive chances, a lot of shots on goal, but I think it's going to be a goaltender's match. And that first line for Nashville is scary, though. Forsberg, Johansson, and Arvidsson, then Fiala, Fisher, Neal. That's all right. Wilson, Sissons, Paranto. It's okay with third line. And McLeod, Fiddler, Watson, all grind. Gotta love it. How you doing, Altazox? My bad with names. How you doing, man? I think Pittsburgh is hotter right now and is in Washington's mind, so I doubt we're winning the series before Game 7. Yeah, if any team could play mind games of Washington. There was also Toronto, since they're inexperienced, could have been a bit of a fear, and they gave them a bit of a scare too. But Pittsburgh is on a whole other level for sure. Alright, see you later, Kaylin. John says I love you. Love you too, man. Be back in the second. Alright, sounds good, Colby. If the Rangers beat the Senators, I believe they will win it all. Almost a decade of playoff visits, 2 Eastern Conference Finals, 1 Stanley Cup. Hanks on this game. Girardi, Max okay. Then again, well, 1 Stanley Cup final. They didn't win the cup, but yes, if the Rangers take it against the Sens, they have a good chance of posing a huge threat as to who comes out in this series. But this is definitely a very big series too, being Pittsburgh and Washington. So, but yeah, Sens or Oilers. I prefer the Oilers. That's just me. Are you watching both games tonight? No, I'm only watching Washington and St. Louis. Not really fitting my schedule too much, but we'll be recapping it tonight anyways. Don't worry about it, guys. How you doing, Keegan? Preds game started? Yes, it has. We're at 17 minutes, 42 seconds as we speak. Still 0-0, obviously. But yeah. So look at this game right now. A lot of possession in Nashville's territory, but then again, it's still too early. Whoever wins the Sens and Rags, they will lose to the Caps and the Pens. Yeah, look, put it this way. Whoever comes out here will definitely be a big threat to Washington or Pittsburgh, but I place these two teams a tier above these two. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're a big threat, but Washington, Pittsburgh, that's tough to top, But we'll cross that bridge when we get to, boys. We'll cross it. Hank doesn't win this year. It's over for him. That drive. Yeah, okay. He's at the end of his prime. Absolutely. He made it to the finals once. The Rangers have good pieces coming up, but then again, he's getting older, so. Yeah, I think this may be the last, maybe before last. If I give him one more year, maybe. But it's near the end of the road for Hank, for sure. But he's been playing absolutely beautifully. No doubt about that. What did I miss? So far in the game, 17 minutes, 12 seconds played, 0-0. Not too much. Pretty much back and forth as we speak. And right now, they're looking at a replay on Nashville's bench. Interesting. PK Subban got a penalty. What for? Looks like a slashing call. Slashing against Subban. Well, can't critique his effort in the corner of the boards there, so whatever. It is what it is there. But yeah, slashing penalty for PK, so it's 5-1-4 for St. Louis. 3 minutes in the game, basically. If they score right now, that could definitely boost their confidence, to say the least. Highlight channel, thank you. Messi, Neymar Jr., thank you. The Rangers are getting old as a team, so they need to win it soon. Yeah, their core pieces are getting old, absolutely, but they still have some young pieces like Jimmy Vesey, Brady Shea, some other prospects maybe here and there, but the general core is getting older. Yes, they are, for sure. It is a power play. You're the best, thank you, Messi. What's with the board behind you? This board right here is pretty much the brackets from round 1. I got round 2 over here. But the little mess you see in the middle is GMO, the lines so far for the Toronto GMO to have on the channel. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. There's a link to episode 1 in the description of this stream. But I'll go over the lines anyways in case you're interested. I got JVR, Matthews, Marner on the first. Kadri, Bozak, Nylander, Komarov, Boyle, Lupul. We're going to look to move Lupul. Martin, Fair, Lievo. Defense, we got Riley, Gardner. We got Carrick, Zaitsev, Hunwick, and Marchenko. Anderson, Saros. We move to get Saros. And Polak and Boyle are injured. 44 games played, 19 wins, 22 losses, 3 overtime losses, 41 points. I think we're a bit of a rebuilder team in this game than we are more in real life, so to say. Who do you think are the two teams that are going to be in the finals? I'm going to say, because I stick with Washington for sure, Washington, Nashville. Should be interesting, but I'll go with that prediction there. How you doing, Joshua? A lot of people disagreeing with me, but I have the Blues winning the series. I know Arena has been phenomenal, but there's something about Allen. He's really proved against well. Yeah, Jake Allen's proved he's from. You remember that he had that huge dip in the middle of the season where they sent him back home for a bit. Now he's back, and I think he's proven himself for sure. Taking on Minnesota in 5 games again, Minnesota's been kind of falling apart there, and so they have. Granlund was playing injured. Stahl flew into the boards, and Devin Dubnyk was pretty much doing everything he could for them, but if St. Louis makes it past Nashville, which they could for sure, they'll be a huge threat to either right now. I'm in Edmonton, absolutely. But I do think Preds are winning. That's just my opinion, though. You think the Young Guns for Edmonton can win it all? They made it past the finalists from last year. Then again, they've slowed down, and their core is no longer as top of the line as they kind of were last playoffs. But they make it past Edmonton, which is a very similar team to San Jose in terms of that old, experienced, gritty core. If they make it past Anaheim, they can make it past anyone, really. I put them kind of the way Toronto was, in the sense that we don't know what to really expect with them. They each got their own, Matthews and the other young boys, but they got Connor McDavid. You never know what's going to happen, especially first time in the playoffs. He could really carry for them, so we'll see what happens. Plus Tarasenko and other key pieces. I'm predicting a cup visit for them. If Tarasenko can carry the show and kind of tear a hole in this predicted defensive series, he can be a game changer for sure. Yeah. Egg says boo. Sorry, my dude. The series is going to come down to the battle between Allen and Arena. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think is going to happen for sure. I'll go Chris. I got the Blues over the Preds. That's fine. Sorry, my dude, but I just think the Preds are going to take it, but the Blues could absolutely do it. They could. You gotta have Jake Allen continue what he's doing. You have Tarasenko pot those goals in and play some good defense hockey against the Preds. But Rangers versus Blues in the finals. Rangers win in 7 is my call. I picked that to start the playoffs. So far, so good. Based on my own predictions, I think that the Rangers make it past Ottawa, but that's just my prediction though for that. But St. Louis, Nashville, that's going to be definitely a very tight one for sure. But how you doing, mashed potatoes? Welcome to the stream. But yeah. Right now we're at a commercial in this game right now. Time left in the period. We'll check that as soon as it comes back. But yeah. You're awesome. Thank you, Matthew and Jeremy Osborne. Thank you. Appreciate it. 14:21 left to this first period. 0-0 score. And that penalty has expired for Nashville, which is good. At least in their perspective, unless you're cheering for St. Louis. In that case, there'll be other opportunities. But yeah. Kind of want to make some modifications to this lineup. One of you said put Bozak to the 4th line, if I recall. But yeah, we went over that. The line's roles are kind of set in stone in the game, but if we could put him in a favorable power play PK, maybe it'll compensate. But we'll see. Who do you have for conference finals? Basically, I got Nashville and Edmonton in the West. I got New York Rangers and Pittsburgh on the East. Even though I'm going for Washington, I got a feeling Pittsburgh makes it through, though. Low-key, that's pretty much what I'm going for. But yeah, I'm a huge Ottawa fan. I really hoping they could beat the Rangers, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I like Ottawa more than New York. Ottawa's the only one of 2 Canadian teams left in the playoffs. I don't particularly enjoy the Rangers too much. I'm neutral about them, but I do like Ottawa. They could make it past, but it's hard to bet against the Rangers in the playoffs. That's just me, though. But, yeah. Are you watching St. Louis Nashville game? Yes, I'm watching as we speak right now. Still 0-0 in this game. Let's go Rangers. Solid. Did Colorado just have an off year, and will they bounce back next year, whether or not they get Nolan Patrick? No, I think Colorado made a mistake firing Patrick Roy, or Patrick Raw, whatever. Joe Sakic hasn't managed a team properly on defense. They got nothing beyond Barry, and even then, it's not looking too good on offense. They couldn't get anything going, and in goaltending, Varlamov's injured, and even when he's around, he's not too amazing. See if Picker could do something. They need to rebuild some more. They're not done. Josh, should be a tight series, a fun one indeed. Good luck. There you go. Good old series. Ouch, Edmonton over Anaheim. Reasoning. There isn't too much. Hear me out, though. See, Anaheim, the more experienced team, the older, more established core. Their defense is unreal. They're big, gritty guys. They're good in the playoffs for the most part. Against Edmonton, the big wild card wow factor is if Edmonton could be kind of the way Toronto was and pull off a bit of a surprise. Like, Toronto was against Washington a little. I hear you, though. But with Edmonton, they got McDavid. They got Draisaitl. They're the faster, younger team in the future as well, so we could see if they did develop better. I kind of like Talbot in goal better than Gibson. Their defense on paper isn't as good, but they've shown glimpses of really holding it together besides that 7-0 game. We don't talk about that. It's just a matter of if McDavid could be that wild card for them and just destroys the series the way he took charge against San Jose. It's just, if they play the way they did against San Jose for better than the 7-0 game, they have a chance against Anaheim. If anything, it's going to be a long series. Not easy to call. That's just my look at it right now. So, my channel. I'm trying to start my channel. Yeah, sure. I don't get why they want to trade Duchesne, Landeskog. Because they want to rebuild. They want to get rid of their good players to get good return. But it was weird on Sakic because if you trade those two, you've got nothing else going on offense besides McDavid, and I don't think you'll get a good enough return for them that'll compensate for shipping them out in the future. Then you're going to have less depth. I just don't think it's worth it, put it that way. But yeah. Good I was able to reach you for your next video. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate it. Happy you came through. But first period, St. Louis, Nashville, 13 minutes left and 0-0 game. Should probably watch it a little bit more right now. But will the Avs get at least 2 wins next season? They will get 1. That's my prediction. I'm kidding. yeah, they'll do better. They can't possibly do worse than they did this season. But till they gloss over Edmonton's lapse of playoff experience in Game 4. Gotta let it slide, right? MorningLolz, who just came to the stream. How you doing, Baby Taster? Happy you came through. Crazy prediction: Ducks sweep Oilers. It could happen. Most people think it's gonna be a longer series, but if Anaheim comes in with a game plan and they intimidate the shit out of Edmonton and gets them off their game the way San Jose did for that 7-0 game, for example, or the overtime ones, where the one that went their way, it could be finished quick. I don't think it's gonna happen that way, but if it does, kudos to you for sure. But what do you think Ottawa needs to work on most, and what trades they need to make? Ottawa, they have good depth up front, a lot of sources of offense, but I think they lost that trade with Derek Brassard and Mika Zibanejad. I think they would want to reconsider that now. They don't have that amazing star player that a lot of other teams where they're at right here have. They have a lot of good top 6 players and good depth on offense. On defense, beyond Carlson, there isn't too much that goes through them. Like that is a good source of offense from their defense per se. You know, they do have some, but still. And Anderson has been a bit of a running joke on this channel, but I think he's a little overrated. Yeah, he's a good goalie, but lets in a lot of softies. That's just my opinion on it. And 11 minutes to go to the first period, still 0-0. Nice save by Allen, yeah. Will I stream the Ducks game? Unfortunately, I will not. Sorry. JVR Matthews Brown. Okay, think about Brown. He's listed as 81 overall right now in the game, but he's still as a AHL player. I want to keep him in that role. As soon as he progresses a little more, we're going to move out probably Lupul and Fair, and then we'll get some more younger players to fill that in. We'll save some money that way, and we'll be all set. But yeah, Polak, Gardner, Wings, I'd say. I don't know. I kind of like Marchenko in there. Maybe move him out. He's got some potential left in the game. I think if anything, once Polak is back from his injury, I move either him or Hunwick out. Because Carrick is ready and everything. So we'll see. You didn't show Toronto. Can you please show Nashville? I don't show games on this channel anymore. Sorry, man. So if you could watch it on your own behalf, I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, it's just Facecam now on. Sorry, man. Patch ready for Bergeron. I wouldn't do that. Mostly because you just named Pacioretty captain. A few seasons ago, yes, he had a bad playoffs, but he's a pure scorer. The season, Bergeron had a bit of an off year, but then again, apparently he played injured the whole time. He's older than Pacioretty. I just wouldn't do it. That's just me, though. Of course, I think Bergeron is the better complete player, but just fit-wise, maybe wouldn't do it. I don't know. I made a bet with my scope principal of the Oilers Ducks series. I bet on the Ducks. They could take it for sure. I just think Edmonton's got it. Taylor Shaw Dufault says bonjour. Bonjour. Allo. Salut. Marc-André. Bourgoin. Sorry, I'm bad with names. You know that guy's. Definitely agree on Anderson. He's really easy. He's either really good in a game or lets him eat goals. Thing about Anderson, I always notice that like the short side goals or like near the post or even like behind the goal line, he'll just always have a gap there. His 5-hole also. He lets in a lot of softies, but besides that, like he's still a solid goalie, but he's starting to age too. Something I've noticed. But yeah. I'm back on my phone, done updating. Sounds good, Gideon. Blame Paul. Yep, you can blame Paul, my dudes. I think the Wings will make an appearance in the 2018 playoffs. No, I don't think so. I think the Wings are on track for a rebuild, and they deserve a rebuild. They need one. I think it'll help them if they just stick to that for now. And on that note, the Preds have a 43-second power play remaining in the first period at 9 minutes left. Still a 0-0 game. Big save by Jake Allen there. Dark horses for next season. Carolina, if their youth keeps progressing and if they get some other pieces, they could definitely be a good threat in the East, as well as Buffalo, although they fired Bausma and Murray, so it's interesting to see what they substitute that with. But they have a lot of young core pieces as well. that can progress. We'll see what they can do. Craig Anderson for Bernier, I wouldn't go to that extent. But yeah. Golden Knights predictions. They're going to tank. They're going to get, first of all, they're going to get older, heavier contract, grindier players, not too much talent to start off with. They're going to tank or just get low standings, get higher picks. They're going to start building through their prospects, and then eventually be good. And on that note, PK Subban scores on the one-timer, 1-0 for the Nashville Predators against St. Louis, goal on the power play. So the Preds take a 1-0 goal and a 1-0 lead. What's good, Scott Young? Best goal in the league, have to say Lunker. I'll go with Price just generally because he's the better goalie. Maybe not this season, but he's still established as the best goalie. But yeah. Preds goal. Big one by PK Subban there. He got that classic under the blocker goal. Like one-timer. There you go. Either that or it was a 5-hole. Hold on. Let's see what it was. No, I can't see it. Big Selly there. You know, I think the Habs would like to have Subban back. But we'll see how that pans out, you know. A lot of people want the Blues to win, but I kind of like the Preds a bit better. I think the Preds will take it, but the Blues are absolutely a very, very solid opponent. They can take it for sure. But yeah, first goal of the playoffs, PK Subban on the power play, assisted by Ellis and Fiala. But fuck PK, come back to Montreal. I love it. Rene for Quick. Nah, I think they're Quick's slightly younger, but right now, looking at how they're performance-wise, one didn't make the playoffs, the other one is on fire, so I'd stick with Rene just for now. But yeah, I miss PK Montreal. So do I, dude. So do I. At least right now I do, but Pens on the easiest road to the finals. You know, some would say the Rangers would, but then again, they have to go up against the Caps or the Penguins in the finals to even make it past Ottawa. So, you know, Pens having a good, decent route isn't that far off from accurate for sure. But yeah, that's one I think the Preds. What do you think about the Golden Knights? Not too much of a fan of them, especially team in Vegas. I don't really have any care for Vegas though. I think they're going to be bad early. They're going to have a lot of heavy contracts, more grindy type players. Going to be older. They're going to tank, retire, get the good prospects, build around them, then slowly but surely will become a better team that way. Murray or Quick, personally, when I played hockey, put it this way, a lot of people compared my strange style when I was a goalie to Quick. I still do the splits a lot and everything. But despite the technique that's unreal for Quick, I think Murray's a better goalie right now. Honestly, I think he's a better goalie. Paul. Ottawa to the finals for Edmonton. You know what? If it brings the cup to Canada, which it would if that was the case, yes, please, bring it back. I'd love it. Do you see any blockbuster deals coming up this summer? Probably not. If anything, it would be like, I don't think Tavares moves. Maybe he does. I don't know. Duchesne, I don't think he moves after all. I think they're going to stick with them. That's just my guess. Is John Stevens be the answer for the Kings? No. They need a lot more work. They need to get rid of some heavy contracts. They need to get rid of Dustin Brown. They need to get rid of their older, slower players. They need to spend the money in the right ways. They, I wouldn't say rebuild, but I'd say fix your holes quick, unless you want to go to rebuild, you know? Marchand's a dick. Kinda, yeah. How you doing, Subban? I remember you. How you doing, man? But yeah. So far, 1-0 for the Nashville Predators on a power play goal by PK Subban in the first period. Time-wise, I think we're less than 10 minutes. I'm not going to say accurately what it was because I don't remember, but I know we're less than 10 minutes. That's just what it is. But yeah. For those of you that checked out the GM mode or the franchise mode, whatever you want to call it, if you haven't already, there's a description to it in the there's a link to it in the description below. Let me know the lines-wise what you guys have in mind. A few of you have already given me advice on that. We are going to try to move Lupul. We're going to try to move Fair as soon as as soon as Connor Brown's ready, and actually we got Kirby Reichel, that's ready also. Kapanen's not that far from ready. We got, I think Soshnikov is also pretty close too. So we got a lot of pieces we can move out. We just got to see how things progress for sure. Where is Joe Thornton playing next year? Does his contract expire, per se, next year? So maybe he goes to a contending team. Maybe, like, when I say contending, I mean, like, maybe the Sharks decline by next year and aren't the same team. We'll see if he moves on, but I don't think he does. That's just me. Name a player who deserves a better team. Tavares. I think he deserves better than the management from the Islanders, the moves they made in New York. I think he deserves to be on a contending team. Yes, the Islanders are a bubble team, but it didn't look too well this season. We'll see. Matt Martin's at the first line. I love it. I would love to see that for sure. And I could do it, but no, I won't. But yeah, John Tavares is what I mean. Any players need to get traded? Need to? No. Will? Might have to check that out. Rest in peace, Potato Cam. Yeah, we know. It's dead, so. Well, then again, it's still kind of there, but, you know. The memes will live on. Do you think PK Subban is a flashy defender? Yeah, he's a flashy defender for sure, but just because he's flashy doesn't mean he's not effective. You know, that's just his style. Yes, Joe Thornton is UFA. This season, where would he sign? Good question. In that case, depending cap-wise how San Jose is looking, they may want to get rid of him. He's getting older too. Injury prone slowly but surely. Where would he go? Fuck it. Montreal's been making stupid moves. Bring him here. It's not going to happen, but you know. Make your dream team from players active this year. Oh, name your dream team. Oh, Jesus. Like, if I could just draft them, like, however I want, cap doesn't matter. First line, McDavid. I think I wrote this down somewhere at one point. I'll find that. Probably, like, I don't know. McDavid, Crosby, Kane. Pick whoever you want to play center, I guess. Whatever, that would be unreal. Defense, Burns, Carlson, goalie, Price. There's my starting lineup there on the ice. But, most overrated player in Chalice 17. Overrated. Huh. Probably Shea Weber being 94. I don't think they fixed that yet. But that's probably what I'd keep up there. Or Ryan Sear is good, but 93 good? I don't know about that. Have you moved out dead contracts yet? You're going to have Martin Nylander. I'll be FA same year. Yeah. Haven't done that yet. I've only simmed up to the All-Star break. I wanted to get a bit of experience under them. I wanted to see how a few of them progress and whatnot. What we will move is Fair. We'll move Loophole. In terms of expiring deals, that's kind of what we got looking at right now. We're going to get rid of either Hunwick or Polak once Polak is back from injury. Brian Boyle, we might choose to move out if we got the prospect depth to replace there. I gotta double check Bozak what his salary is, but we're gonna get to there once we get to there, you know. Bergevin needs to be canned. Yes, please. That would make me so happy, Zorav. How you doing, Hockey Boy? It's apparently Shea Carlson in the game. Yeah, apparently Shea Weber is better than Carlson. No, he's not. He's not. He's not. I'm sorry. What do you think about Jack Eichel not going to play with Buffalo if they don't change coach? Well, they already changed the coach, and apparently those claims were false, but where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So they moved him out, so I'm assuming he's going to stay now, whatever it is. Zenochar versus Weber in a snapshot contest. Who wins? Snapshot? I'm assuming you mean slapshot, but I'll go with slapshot. If you talk about today, probably still Chara. He's a bigger guy and he still holds that title, so I'll go Chara. But then again, Weber, if you're talking snapshot, Weber. Slapshot, probably Chara. Baby Taster, sorry I gotta leave the stream. That's fine, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming through, not streaming the games anymore. Yeah, no, I'm not. Unfortunately, sorry, man. Slapshot, yeah. So, yeah, I understood a Slapshot. Yeah, not streaming the games anymore. Austin, sorry about that. You think it was wise for Carlson to reveal his injury? Doesn't make him a prime target. Yes, it was stupid for him to do that. You're still in the playoffs, and they're going to just target his foot, all those little slashes after the play, shots on them for blocking them and everything. It's going to start tacking on, and it could slow him down. It could even stop him completely if it injures him. Because I think it wasn't the best idea to reveal that. Do you think anyone can pass Lemieux at offense or Carlson, Subban, Burns at defense? In terms of points, past Lemieux, probably not. Subban, Burns, and Carlson, not sure what you mean by that part though. He basically runs the Ottawa offense himself. Yeah, pretty much. In terms of forwards, Ottawa's got some good top sixes, but they don't have that superstar player. They got a lot of depth though. And on defense, besides Carlson, it's pretty spread out. Phaneuf, Methot, CC, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much live and die with Carlson the way it was with the Sharks and Burns, and it showed 4-2. But who's your favorite player? I gotta rethink that because I'll still say Galchenyuk for now, but I'm actually starting to get really annoyed with him and losing patience with him. But they gotta keep him in the right spot. If they're not gonna trade him, they gotta play him in the right spot. Let him develop. He's gonna make mistakes. But to answer your question, it's Galchenyuk. Hello everybody again. Paul does not watch us. Gotta hope he doesn't. How you doing, Alexander? Montreal gotta go get offensive players, but they always trade for defense. Yeah, because Bergevin's motto is, you can never have enough defense, as he says with that accent. But I don't see the acquisition of Weber scoring us 30-plus goals the way we could definitely use that offense. Maybe not 30-plus goals, but get us a solid centerman. If it's not going to be Galchenyuk, it's not going to be Danault. You got to get that bona fide center, but apparently they're not around. You got to make a trade for it, so. Pens are taking the cup. Low-key, kind of. I want the Caps to take it, and I predicted they would, but I got a bad feeling with them going against the Penguins. Hoffman's closest thing to being sub-elite forward. Yeah, in terms of Ottawa, they got Mark Stone, Turris, Hoffman, Bobby Ryan's been good in the playoffs, but he hasn't been like that in the season. Besides that, doesn't look too good. Again, you're pretty much right with Hoffman being pretty much the most elite, I suppose, on offense for Ottawa. Oilers for the Cup, Preds, Penguins, Hope sends. I'd love to see a Canadian team take the cup, but I still think it's going to be Nashville and Washington in the finals. I hope it's that just for the sake of my brackets, but Pittsburgh scares me, absolutely. Haven't followed the Habs, but why do they think Galchenyuk hasn't become the player he was expected to be, much like Yakupov? The problem with the management in Montreal, started with Michel Therrien, is they didn't trust him with his face-offs, because his face-off percentage is bad. But then you look at other good players, for example, McDavid's face-offs, they're not amazing. Jack Eichel's face-offs, they're not amazing. So just because Galchenyuk's face-offs aren't that great, that's something they use against him. He's not most reliable defensively, but when you're an offensive center, of course, if you're not a two-way player, you're going to show as a better offensive player. So, but they hold that against him as well. Attitude problems or him having no heart, apparently. But just play him in the right role, let him do his thing, and see what happens. But they won't do it. What do you think about Henderson Wideman lawsuit filed for $10.25 million? Wow, what? Okay, I understand what Wideman did was wrong, but now you're just scraping for money. Like, it's not worth $10.25 million. Like, Wideman didn't murder him. He hit him violently, but you make it sound like, they make it sound like hit him with a bus or something, like, it's insane. But Radulov is the player that would work the most in Montreal. And reportedly, today actually, Radulov, and his agent have suggested a $7.5 million contract for 5 years. Of course, it's going to be probably attempt to be lowered by Bergevin, but if that's what he's asking for, give the money to him. That's like the first time an elite player in Montreal actually wants to stay. You got Pacioretty on a bargain, but of course in the playoffs he did nothing. Galchenyuk, you got to re-sign him, but if you're not going to sign him to be the number one center, who are you going to sign to be that number one player? So it is what it is. Martin Hans will go to Montreal. That would be kind of a depth move too. Like if we're going to get rid of Plekanec, we're paying $6 million right now. Hansel could probably do the job for cheaper. It's just a matter of if we can clear up that center spot for him. So, Messi says, love you too, man. Thank you. Krause's face-off was shite when he came to the league. Exactly. Like, face-offs aren't everything. And just because you're not the most defensively reliable centerman doesn't mean you're a bad centerman. Yeah, centermen are supposed to be, reliable on the defense, but if you can compensate with offensive chances and point production, I think it's a fair trade. You have other centermen that could do that job. You know what I mean? But again, face-off's not everything. Do you like Nathan? Nathan who? Tell me which player. Your channel's the best. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate it. I feel like the Oilers have a better chance than people are giving them. That's what I'm saying too. I think they could definitely make a big surprise here. I see them making it to the conference finals. That's just me though. If Radulov doesn't resign, where does he go? I don't think he's going back to Russia. I think he's made that clear. Where he signs, however, it's strange to think that he almost signed in Colorado actually, because a big reason why Patrick Roy didn't stay was because he wanted Sakic to sign Radulov and give him the money. He didn't want to do it, so then he left because of that reason also. But I don't know where he would go if he doesn't go to Montreal. It would be interesting to see. Arvidsson played so good this season. Arvidsson had a great breakout season. I think at 61 points or something like that for like a 4th or 5th rounder, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, he's been absolutely amazing for sure. Ottawa needs to improve. Starting in Ottawa tomorrow. Lundqvist has been playing fantastic. Only if not, he's on. Yeah, it's which players on offense can step up for Ottawa, and if Karlsson can stay healthy and continue the production, we'll see. Nathan McKinnon. Do you like Nathan McKinnon? Yeah, I like him. He's good. I think he was a little overhyped, but he still has a lot of time to become a very talented player, which he already is. Just point-wise, of course, in Colorado, it's hard to tell. I agree, Caleb. I think Ottawa will be in trouble with Lundqvist more than Ottawa. Yeah, I think so. That's the end of the first period right now. 1-0 from Nashville Predators. PK Subban on the power play. And that's it for the first period here. Alrighty. So we are going to let's look at the lineups again here. Actually, no, I already kind of went that in depth. In terms of players that have been progressing, Morgan Riley is up to an 88. Matthews up to 87. Notably, Nylander is still at 85. I'll keep that down here. I think Marner is up to 86. JVR still 86. Yeah, it's pretty much the only growth I really see. And Anderson's still chilling at 88. So those are our core players. How you doing, Habs guy? No, Blues need to win. Drew thinks the Blues need to win, so that's his prediction of the night. We'll see how that goes. What made you start this channel? As I get it, you're passionate, but still. Well, this channel started originally back in, I don't know, man, like middle school or something like that. It was supposed to be like some crappy prank thing. It was, I was 14 or something. I never made it into anything. Then I actually kept the channel name and everything. I started uploading Pokemon stuff. Got bored of that and thought, hey, hockey is my favorite thing. Why don't I make something bigger out of this? And here I am trying to do this. But thank you for coming through. My OG prediction was Pens versus Blackhawks, but now Pens or Rangers versus the Blues is your prediction. Not too bad. Wow, that board is packed. Yeah, it is. I think I kind of made the brackets on the side a little too intense size-wise, if you know what I mean. I don't feel like erasing and restarting it, though. But if I just erase like all this like roster stuff in the middle, it's not as intense. But I see what you mean for sure. Pecorino has more points than Kane and Tays together. That's sad. That's sad, Chicago. Absolutely. Loser top 10 logo in the league, maybe top 5 logo. Well, last time you did those rankings, Drew, I don't think it was that high up, but I'll let it slide. Safe to say Jeffrey Lupul is going to Vegas. If Vegas was also in GM mode, I would purposely ship him off there, but he's not. But yes, actually, I don't even think Jeffrey Lupul will be taken at all. Didn't he not play an entire season? He's already 33, 34 years old. Not the best player. A high salary, which Vegas may want to take for cap reasons, but still, we'll see. Good job, man. Your channel's growing fast. Thank you, Gideon. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of that too, and I really appreciate it. I'm enjoying it for sure. Pens take Rangers 5 and 6. It's pretty ballsy. The Rangers have been absolutely good, but Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh, so it's hard to disagree. You should erase New York Rangers. Go Sens go. When that series is done. But I love the Rangers. Yeah, it's very split in this chat. I feel you. How long do you think it will take for Vegas to make the playoffs? 4 years minimum. That's my guess. Put it that way. They are bare bone rebuilding. Put it that way, because they don't even have a team yet, and they're gonna take on bad players to start off. I really want to see the Golden Knights logo. You can look it up for sure. I don't personally like it that much, but if you do, that's fine. Who I think is gonna win tonight? Nashville. I called it before, and I still think they're gonna take it tonight. We're sweeping the Sens. Ooh, I don't know about sweeping them. I predicted the Rangers in 6, but the Sens are a good team for sure. They took out Boston in 6. I wouldn't jump the gun too quick, at least not me. With the Hawks out of the way, this is a great chance for Blues to reach the finals. They have a pretty open path, but they got to make it past Nashville, which is the first time to make it past the first round in a long time, or second year in a row actually. My mistake. And Anaheim, Edmonton, it's experience versus the talent down here, so we're gonna see what happens. The fact that Chicago's not there really changes things up, absolutely. Now Blues are top 10, Hurricanes. Okay, that was your order. I got you. I see you, Drew. I see you. I have the Caps in 7. If that were to happen, my bracket would be happy. It's alright. Okay. Do you think the Oilers will win tonight? Tonight. No, I said Anaheim wins. That's just my prediction for tonight. There's no huge reason why. I just think it's gonna be like that. I don't like the new team name too much. Golden Knights, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I see what you mean. Everyone outside of Ottawa said Boston would destroy us. It's cool not having expectations. Yeah, I said Boston takes it in 7. I did call it to be a very tight series, and it was a very tight series. A lot of games were very low scoring. Very back and forth, a lot of overtime. So, yeah, it's safe to say it was definitely a tight one. I said Boston 7, Ottawa 6. Pretty good, so. Almost every year since the lockout, there's been amazing Calder Trophy races besides Noel Patrick and Alex Brinkat. Who's your rookie to keep an eye on next season? Depending if Nico Hischier plays next season, I could see a Hischier versus Patrick kind of duel, because I'm not 100% sold on Patrick. That's just me. Injury-riddled season. He could have played for Team Canada, but didn't make the cut at the time. Hischier has been unreal. Those things to look at, for sure. Or location, yeah. Who will win the series, Oilers or Ducks? I think Oilers take it, and I think they take it in, I think I said 7. Do you think Washington could finally go win the Cup? It's now or never, and if they don't do it now, it's not going to be in the Ovi era. And I say they do it now because this is the most stacked Caps team I've seen in years, and they're not going to make it if they don't make it now. They're going to lose a big part of their team right now due to UFA. They're going to age some more. It's now or never, put it that way. Who do you think will win tonight, Edmonton or Anaheim? I think Anaheim just wins tonight just because of pure experience. They're going to come out here with a plan. They're going to know what to do, and it's up to McDavid to bounce back. But then again, they can lose it tonight, and I'll be completely wrong. We'll see. Caps in 7, yet barely beat Toronto. Well, I called Pittsburgh to win it, but I'd love Washington to beat them. But I think it's going to be Nashville versus Ducks, Rangers versus Pens, but I want the Blues to make it to the conference finals. I feel you. Blues definitely have a chance against Nashville. It's only game 1, so yeah. Pittsburgh beats Washington hands down. It's a very tight one, boys. A very tight one. Do you think Blues or Preds game 1? Score is 1-0 Preds. Before the game even started, I said Preds win, and now that the score is 1-0. It's too early to say for sure, but I'll say final score 2-1 Preds. I'll go with that. Low scoring game. They choke versus the Pens and the Rangers every year. They just choke every year, but it's now or never. We'll see. Any rumors the next McDavid, Crosby coming up in future drafts? Not really. This year it's Nolan Patrick. He's not going to be anything like that. The year after that, I don't know too much about it, but I know that Joe Veleno is supposed to be pretty good, but it's too early to see. But no, I think it's going to be the end of those generational talent players for a little while now. We'll see, though. I'm going to be... Nolan Patrick. It's just hard to root against a team that sweep the Blackhawks. Yeah, it's not easy. I don't think the Hawks came in best shape. I mean, yes, they finished the season really strong, but I think it's just they're just drained. Nashville just outperformed them like crazy. And they're showing replays of the game tonight. Nashville is all over St. Louis. So anyway, says, are you going to live stream the game anymore? No, not doing it anymore. I'm sorry. It's not part of the channel anymore, so I'm sorry to disappoint you there, but it is what it is. Do you believe Kovalchuk will actually come back to the NHL? Some rumors right now. I think there's a lot of ramifications and things stopping that from happening. I can't tell you what it is because I can't recall off the bat, but I know there's a few things that may intervene with that, like contractual wise. Do I think he'll come back? I'm going to say no. That's just my guess. I don't think he will. YouTube, they didn't play like the Blackhawks though last year versus the Blues. Yeah, Nashville is very skilled in their zone and the offensive zone. I told everyone not to sleep on them and had Nashville versus Rangers before the playoffs started. It's easily still an option. Yes, absolutely still an option. Goes to show you that the playoffs are the playoffs. Anything can happen. I said the Hawks take it in 5. How bad is that? Then again, so did a lot of people. So the Habs guy, imagine if he goes to Washington, the Russian team. Jesus Christ. Cap though, but for real. Who has the home game? Pens or the Caps? Caps have the home game. But yeah. Now showing Tom McClellan on TV right now. That reminds me, the Jack Adams finalists have been announced. It was Tom McClellan, John Tortorella, and Mike Babcock. Who wins that trophy or award? You guys tell me in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think about that. But there was a guy on Reddit so convinced that Chicago's sweep was a fluke. He just stated that the NHL should officially redo the series just to be sure. I just lost some brain cells, whatever, man. Guess what team is saying fueled by passion? All of them? I mean, it's the playoffs, unless you're referring to one specifically. Do tell. But, yeah. I'm going to fix this real quick here. I think we had Lupul at 82, Lievo's at 80, Fair is at 80, Martin's at 81, Komarov's at 83. Or was it 84, actually? 84. Kadri's 85, Bozak 84, I think, 83. It's all off the top of my head. I can't remember for sure. But, the Jets. Oh, I get it. Fueled. I should have caught on to that. But yeah, the Jets should be absolutely way better next season. At least I hope they will, because I like the Jets a lot. Hands down Babcock, he coached the fuck out of subpar HL defense towards the close second. Yeah, I give it to Babcock too. In terms of their defense, I don't say it was AHL defense, but still, I mean, Riley, Gardner, that's pretty much the best as it looks right there. Then there's Zaitsev, and then beyond that, it does look pretty AHL-esque, if you know what I mean. They have like 3 good pieces on defense, and then besides that, I see what you mean though. Of all the teams with no Stanley Cups left, who would you personally like to see win it? By that, like which teams with no Stanley Cup at all? Huh. You know, what an underdog story would be to see Ottawa actually win it. Not just because they're a Canadian team, but like, nobody expects them to win the cup this season. Nobody. I mean, some people do, but like, for the most part, I don't see many articles saying Ottawa's the next cup winner. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, that would be unreal if that were to be a thing. Preds vs. Blues is going to be a low scoring. Yeah, that's what I think. It's going to be a goalie battle for sure. Why is McClellan in the race? All he did was sit back and let the GM draft the first pick and let them do all the work. You gotta still give him credit for coaching this team into the playoffs the first time in 2006. I think that's the credit you gotta give him though, for sure. But I see what you mean. I don't think it's as his hands-on work, if you know what I mean, than like in Toronto or maybe even Columbus with John Tortorella, but we'll see. Opinion about Jack Eichel. Amazing player, still got to progress. It's a shame if the rumors are true about what he was saying and like not coming back to Buffalo because of the coach. That would be a crying shame, but you know, still an unreal player. Just realized there are no Game 7s in the first round. Wow, that's actually true. Yeah, it went by a little faster than expected. I do think the next round 2 years is gonna have at least one Game 7. I hope, because those are pretty fun to watch. But yeah, a guy that gave a presentation to my class today totally looked like you. Oh really? Interesting. I wonder if he did though. Really? Is McClellan the Leafs coach? No, he's not. He's the Oilers coach. Do you think Zaitsev is worth the rumored 7-year deal at $4.5 million? $4.5 million. He's still progressing. He put up some good points for Toronto. I'd say max 4.5. 7 years though. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that. We'll see. I don't know. Coach got fired. Which coach? What are we talking about right now? Yeah. Remember Pierre Maguire. Pierre Maguire is a living bowling pin. Penis face looking. Oh, dude, he's so creepy too. I love watching the highlights though, like on YouTube, like TSN, Pierre Maguire, like WTF moments. I love it. It's hilarious. Imagine the PR nightmare of having Eichel, Hosang, and Kane play on the same team. Great team shit people. It would be a pretty interesting chemistry team, to say the least, but unreal. I'll give you that. Who should win the Norris? Considering Burns is out round 1, let's see what Karlsson does against the Rangers. I'd still give it to Burns right now for the season he put up, but Karlsson's catching up. If they count the playoffs into consideration that much, that has to be determined. Leafs should get a coach. Leafs should get coach of the year. That's what Mike Babcock's pretty much up for right now. Do you think Lundqvist deserves a cup? He deserves a cup for sure. He has been absolutely unreal for years now. It would be a shame to see him not get at least a cup. And if it doesn't happen in New York, I don't think they're actually going to move him. I think he's going to stay in New York. But another kind of scenario, I think it's now or never for Lundqvist. Maybe give him another year. We'll see. McGuire is waste. Absolutely. McGuire is the worst. I hate him. Coach from Buffalo got fired, I'm pretty sure. Actually, Jack Eichel got him fired. I don't know if Jack Eichel got him fired. I know there are rumors about that, but yes. Dan Balsman, which was the coach at the time, did get fired, and so did the GM, Murray. So, we'll see what happens. Overkill fan, I'm just saying, man, I love your live streams. You're awesome. My favorite YouTuber, Ricky Donovan. Thank you, Overkill fan. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It means a lot. It's not Eichel. It's Eichel. It's just spelling. Do you think Iginla should win a cup? I thought he was retiring after this year because they moved him to LA thinking they can make him push for the cup. Didn't happen. If he doesn't retire, then yeah, I'd trade him again at the deadline, see where he goes, but I think it's nearing the end for him. Poor King Henrik, he's due for a cup. Yeah, he really is. He deserves one. I don't know if it happens, though. Sorry, it doesn't matter. The spelling is spelling, doesn't matter. Eichel isn't even that amazing. Yeah, he's kind of pretty good. I mean, yeah, he had a shortened season, but he was pretty damn good. He was one of those labeled franchise centers. I do think Matthews is better than Eichel, but he's still pretty damn good, I'll give you that. Why are people so butthurt about coach and GM fired? Even if Eichel did get them fired, Bossman did complete shit in Buffalo these past years. Same with the GM, they both deserve to be traded. Yeah, I think it didn't even have to do with Eichel. I think they were on their way out anyways. That's just my opinion. If Eichel said nothing, I think they would have still made the move, but now it gave them even more incentive to, put it that way. If you only pick one to win the cup, who would it be? Lundqvist, Thornton, Marlowe / Ovi. Lundqvist, the classiest of those in my opinion. He's been elite for years, as the others have been too. Ovi's probably going to go to the KHL, that's my guess. I think he's going to leave the league. I hope he doesn't, but I'd give it to Lundqvist though. Iginla was good in the Calgary Flames. Yeah, Iginla is OG Calgary for sure. Jets should bring back Solani. Good lord. Well, they got Linus, close enough, I guess. Not really, but still. Do you think Ovi is going to the Russian league? Yeah, I think he will. Thornton, Marlowe for sure. Yeah, they deserve it too. There's a lot to deserve. I mean, really rather a player who will change your team and win than for a coach who's done jack shit. That's true. Favorite Canadian team is the Habs. That's my team. But besides them, I like the Jets and Calgary too. Thornton and Marlowe have stayed with their team, same team for years. And again, Thornton did come from Boston, but yeah, pretty much, yeah. Who I think goes first overall? Hischier or Patrick? I'm not sold on Nolan Patrick. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Hischier actually somehow taking the first overall pick. Wouldn't surprise me. Not sold on Patrick. That's just me. Your thoughts on Travis Green coaching the Canucks? I don't know too much about Travis Green. I'm pretty sure he was coach for Utica, if I'm not mistaken. I think that should be good for the rebuild, having those players continue getting this coaching back at the NHL. I think it's good for chemistry as well, and good for the organization building within. We'll see how it goes, though. Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. Who do you take and why? Carlson, Keith, Burns, Hedman, John Scott. John Scott, because he's a legend, and he'll just plow their faces in... Oh, John Scott. But no, for real, oh, dude. Keith's got the experience, but he's slowed down. Burns and Carlson, the most offensive one. Hedman's probably the most complete one. That's a tough one. Galchenyuk or Kucherov? Kucherov. By far, Kucherov. Line A is the Finnish Ovi. He could be. It's still only his first season, though. Who are all your favorite teams out? Or, wait. Wow, all your favorite teams are out or not in the playoffs. Yeah, I don't tend to pick bandwagoning teams. Not that you guys like bandwagoning teams or anything. So on a personal note, I like the Habs. I like a lot of Canadian teams too. But yeah, I like Minnesota. They're out. I like Calgary. They're out. Edmonton, I like because they're Canadian and also McDavid, but you gotta like them for that too. Least favorite team, Boston, and Kevin Fiala is injured. That doesn't look too good. Yeah, least favorite team is Boston. If you were the Flames coach, would you keep Elliott and Johnson? You just got Elliott. For the sake of stability, keep him. And if he has another crap type of year, I mean, I'd still ride with him until Parsons ready, maybe. I don't know. It's a tough goaltending situation because they just got him. He was supposed to be the number one goalie, and he didn't perform as well. But I wouldn't put all the blame on him. I wouldn't. Hischier play because from Halifax, a great player and amazing season. Yeah, Hischier was absolutely unreal, and Fiala's still injured on the ice right now. He looks like he's in pain. What team in this doesn't deserve to still be in? Like in the playoffs right now, it doesn't deserve. They all deserve to be where they're at right now. They all made it past round 1. You can't say many of them were. Like, there's no game 7, so like you can't be like, oh, it was a fluke game or something. I think they all deserve to be where they're at right now. Everyone always says I was bandwagon because I like the Warriors. The Warriors haters got me so annoyed that they aren't my favorite team anymore. Yeah, that happens. Unless you're from the team originally, then it's hard to be a bandwagoner. But I see what you mean. The Devils are Czechs. Not sure what you mean by that, but I'll go with it. Stamkos or Kopitar? Stamkos. Who do you think is the best player not playing in the NHL right now? So, by that you mean probably KHL, right? So there's Datsuk, Kovalchuk, Shipashev. I think Dadanov's okay, but still. Probably Datsuk, to be honest. I'll give it to Datsuk. How you doing, Mohammed? Glad you came through. I'm already losing my voice a bit. Favorite choices: 1 Anaheim, 2 Washington. Not too bad. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a little while, man. Do you think the Oilers can make it to the Cup final? Let's start with round 2, but it's doable, and they're going to take Kevin Fiala off on a stretcher. That's not good for Nashville's second line. Well, I think that was Bortuzzo that made that hit there. But, back. See you. Yeah, how you doing, Baby Taster? What do you think about Vegas expansion team? They're going to pick based off contracts. They want to make it past the cap floor. They're going to have older, grindier players. They're going to tank. They're going to start retiring, and they're going to get those newer, younger players to come in and rebuild. That's where I see it going. So it's plain and simple rebuild. Tarasenko, Gaudreau, Tarasenko. I prefer Gaudreau, but I think Tarasenko is a better player. It is what it is, though. But yeah. Yeah, they're still playing out the stretcher and everything for Fiala. It sucks. Can you show us the game? Unfortunately, I cannot. I don't do that anymore. There's a reason YouTubers don't do this, and I'm not doing it. Sorry, man. Is Subban going to get sued? I hope not, because $10.25 million. He didn't hit him with a bus. Relax, guys. Not you guys, but you know what I mean. Like, it's really overrated there. Just put Carey Underwood in place of Fiala. St. Louis and lose by standing around and staring. Hey, if it works, it works, right? You think Ilya Samsonov will be able to play in the NHL level by next year? By next year, I'm not sure how it works. Like, since he's in the KHL, when is he supposed to come over to the North America League? But I suppose so. If he could play in Hershey, then yeah, I'd say so. It's chicken tasty, absolutely. What game is on? Right now it's St. Louis, Nashville, and they're still trying to pick up Kevin Fiala, who is going out on the stretcher. That sucks. Why can't you do any more? Sorry. Copyrights, for many reasons. One, there's a reason YouTubers don't do this anymore, or don't do this per se. It doesn't stay on the channel. Copyrights, it's not healthy for the channel itself. And even when I did, if you guys recall last few times, the glitch would just, the stream would just glitch and cut out. All the time I would show it, and as soon as I flip it back around, it stops. So I'm not going to do it anymore, sorry, man. But, why would he get sued? What did he do? Sued? Not sure what you mean. Probably settle around 3 to 5 million. I don't know. I'm not ready to determine that right now, but Mike Fisher's jawline can cut glass. It's pretty good actually. He has a pretty pronounced jawline. Buffalo or Doughty? Doughty. I feel you overkill. I feel you. But yeah. That's what's it. Sorry about that there. If you were to pick between Austin Matthews and McDavid, who would you pick? McDavid, mostly because, yeah, Matthews seems to be the most offensively gifted in terms of goal scoring, but McDavid's just absolutely unreal. The fastest player in the league, big guy, can still play physical too. We saw it in San Jose, put up 100 points, 30 goal scorer with 70 assists, franchise player. Not that Matthews isn't, but I think he's still a step above Matthews. That's my take on it, though. Bottle update. We're about halfway. Joking on this one a little faster this time. Why is Wyman going to get sued for doing? Remember that hit against the ref? The ref is suing him for $10.25 million. That's why. Stupid. What's the score of the Blues game? 1-0 for Nashville. It's been on a pause right now just because of Kevin Fiala. He got injured there. Who do you think is going to win between Edmonton and Anaheim? I think Edmonton will, just due to their core being Younger, more explosive, faster, more unpredictable per se. And they got Connor McDavid. Anaheim's got the grittier, more experienced team. I just think Edmonton's going to come out on top. That's what I think. Who do you think will be on the NHL 18 cover? Give it to McDavid. I don't know. Why not? Even though he was already pretty much up for contention for, I think, last season. But do you play Clash Royale? Yes, I play Clash Royale. I think so. I play Clash Royale for sure. That's too much? Yeah. That's what I think. It's way too much to sue for $10.25 million. Crosby and Letang or Taze and Keith? Crosby and Letang. That's my take. And they're finally taking off Kevin Fiala. You got an assist on the first goal. It's unfortunate. We'll see how they replace that offense there. He was really materializing as something good there. See Bertuzzo's hit. Oh, that's right in the knee, I think. Ow. Okay, I think Kevin Fiala's out. Let me see this replay one more time. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it's in the knee for sure. How you doing, Pringle McDingle? Overkill, it should be Don Henderson with the cover. The richest world of hockey. I love it. If McDavid, Matthews, Eichel, Laine, Ekblad, and McKinnon were all in the same draft order, would they be picked? Oh, what order would they be picked? Personally, depending on position-wise, I'd go with McDavid, Matthews, Laine, Eichel, Ekblad, McKinnon, maybe McKinnon before Ekblad. It's tough. I don't know, man. Mickey Davis, I love it. Soon for $1 million. That would be plenty. That would be plenty. Quick stretch here. McDavid, Matthews, Holtby. I would be okay with any of those, to be honest. What are your predictions for all the next rounds? I made a prediction video for round 2. If you haven't seen it already, check it out on the channel. I see Nashville making it past St. Louis. I see the Rangers making it past Ottawa. I see Pittsburgh making it past the Caps, despite me saying the Caps win the Cup. I still have a feeling Pittsburgh's making it past. And I see Edmonton making it past Anaheim. That's my predictions for round 2. Laine, Matthews. Matthews and Marner, or Johnson and Kucherov? Matthews and Marner. Johnson isn't that amazing, to be honest. If NHL 18 covers Matthews, I'm picking that game real quick. True, because Matthews is from you're from, so that's pretty chill. What's the Norris? The winner for the Norris, I'm going to say Burns, unless Carlson does absolutely... if Carlson does great against the Rangers, which I don't see why he couldn't, it'll definitely threaten Burns with the Norris there. What do you think about Gallagher? Had a down season, more injuries again, got pushed back to like third line at one point. He's worth his money still, $3.75 year. He can do better though. We see what they do with the roster. If Obi wins the cup, NHL 18's cover will be him hoisting it. Or host. I wish that would happen because I said the Caps take it, but I got a bad feeling about it. What is the Norris? The Norris is the trophy for the best defenseman of the league, and that's why I said Burns or Carlson for that. What's up, Blue Devil? How you doing, man? Subban, Yossi, or Weber, Markov? Subban, Yossi by far. Rangers or the Caps? Who takes it? I say Rangers at 7. Because in the back of my mind, I always think the Caps are going to find a way to choke, but it's hard to argue them on paper. You know what I mean? And the way they played against the Leafs wasn't that convincing. They were very, very, very evenly matched. I will say the Rangers take it over Washington. I think Washington's run is done. Even though it's only game 1 of round 2, I think they lose against Penguins. I think they would lose against the Rangers, against Ottawa. That would be pretty much an evenly matched type of thing with Toronto sort of thing. We'll see. I'll be back. Alright, see you soon, Ricky. What's this here? The votes for Norris already in, it's only regular season play. Oh, it is. Okay, my mistake. I thought they also considered the playoffs. Sorry about that. They changed the goal to Colin Wilson. Did you see that? Did they? Did he tip it or something? I didn't notice that there was a tip. I thought it was a clean goal by Subban. That's strange. I think Sidney Crosby will be on the cover of NHL 18, but I could also be McDavid. I have no idea who they're going to make to vote. Like, they made people vote, and they still picked a different one for the winner. When Tarasenko was the winner of it, I think people voted otherwise. It was weird. Depends on my team. Solid pick. Burns probably inches Carlson by 0.1 centimeter. It's become a career achievement award. See Doughty last year. Pretty much. What's your opinion about the Subban and Weber trade? Have slightly come out on top now, but then again, this really solidified otherwise, seeing how Nashville made it past Chicago in 4, and how Subban was 2 points shy from Weber, despite playing, I think, 15 to 20 less games, something like that. Probably around 15-ish, but future-wise, it looks better for Nashville. That's just what I'm saying. It'll be better than a few teams, plus they could get a good prospect. Yeah, I agree. If Nashville wins the Cup, do you see Mark Benjamin being fired from Montreal soon? I don't think they'd fire him due to that trade. Like, if they win the Cup, I don't think he's fired. But he obviously would lose the trade then, because he would have gotten them a Cup. Of course, not on his own, Subban. But Nashville's never won a Cup with Weber. They trade him, and if they were to win the Cup with Subban, that would be pretty insane. Ovechkin and Backstrom or Crosby-Malkin? Crosby-Malkin. I don't think Matthews will be on the cover. He's only had 1 season in the league. True. I'm not sure what those numbers mean, Baby Taster, but I agree. See you later, Blue Devil 77. Alright, see you later, man. Alrighty. Now, right now, is there a timeout being called or something? Because they're all just kind of chilling around the bench. At least Nashville is. Either that or it's intermission still, which is weird because I thought they resumed. That's strange to say the least. But yeah. Feel for the Blue Jackets that played better than 4-1. They did, but they let in a lot of goals. They weren't as present defensively as they were in the playoffs, or in the season, sorry. And Werenski not being around does not help. But yeah. Another line suggests, alright, you got JVR, Matthews, Nylander, Leo Marner, Kadri, Lupul, Bozak, Boyle, Martin, Fair, Lievo. I'll check out Marner's face-offs, see if they're any good. Moving Nylander up to first line could help because Marner is benefiting from that line. If we move Nylander up, maybe he'll benefit a bit more, kind of like exchange back and forth between the two. What do you got going here? Again, Bozak, if I give him more time on the power play or something, yeah, that could work. The fourth line's fine until I gotta move out other players. Should we move out Boyle is also an interesting thing because he's got 1 year left. I guess it depends on how we're looking at by the deadline. We'll see. And we may move him out, of course. First line is good, though. I see you. The ball's on the GM to trade Seth Jones and Shea Weber away. Yeah, but damn, they got Subban. They still got Yossi, Ellis, and Ekholm. Then again, Columbus is loving it right now with Jones and Werenski. So I think they both kind of win in their own ways, you know. I'm actually really surprised Crosby hasn't been on the cover. There's a lot of Pens fans, and he's one of the best players in the league. I'm not sure how the cover thing really works. I don't think cover is really like best player or anything. That's just for fun. I think it's just aesthetic-wise. I don't see Tavares scoring goals anymore. In New York, it's definitely going to be suppressed like it has been as of recent, I say. But he's still John Tavares. If he finds himself a better team, then I think it's easier to see him playing back to the way he was, you know. Is Marner the next Patrick Kane? I wouldn't go to that extent just yet, but I see the similarities. Confirm that you were good for the war. What war? I'm good for the war. Why not? Who is your favorite player, and do you think Price will be traded? Price will not be traded. Absolutely not. Favorite player is Galchenyuk, but I'm starting to not like him too much anymore. I'll have to think about a new number one. Move Boyle and Fair. Yeah, it sounds like it will probably be the plan. Definitely Fair, because Boyle is good to have around, but he's starting to age, and he's got 1 year left, and I don't think we're pushing for the cup just yet, so I'll keep an eye on, we got Boyle, Fair, Loophole, 1, 2, 3, then move either Polak or Hunwick, so it's 4, so we got a bit of depth moves that we can get out for some picks. We gotta catch up here real quick. What do you think of Carlson probably not be nominated for the Hart Trophy? I don't know about Hart Trophy, but definitely in contention for Norris, absolutely. I don't know about Hart though. Is McDavid going to be the next Gretzky? Next Gretzky of this era? Maybe. No one's ever going to beat Gretzky, because back in the day, hockey was not the way it is right now. But I see what you mean though. How you doing, Will? At Warman, I love it. Do you think the Caps bottom 6 will be able to match the Pens bottom 6? This is where the Caps struggled last year against them. Do you think Eller was a good pickup for the Caps? I think Eller was an okay pickup. I think he's pretty much chilling in his role right now as a third liner. It's okay. He's not the best defensively, but I mean, he's fine. Boyle has a big body, is a great checker, a great face-off man, defensive center man. If you can sign him for cheap, I would. I'm not sure if he's signing. How he's simming right now? 2-0 Nashville, by the way. So. Then again, he's already 32, so I don't want to keep him when he's getting too old, though. We'll see. Top 5 rated players, Galchenyuk, Dubnyk, Talbot, Price. I can't pick a 5th one right now off the top of my head. Do you have PS on your PS4? Yes, I do. Zuccarello or Marchand? I prefer Zuccarello because I don't like Marchand. But trade Galchenyuk plus mechanics for plus 2 first rounders and a top prospect for Tavares. Tad overpayment. I don't even think it's anywhere near overpayment. I think it's pretty well equal value. Maybe not. It's tough to say. McDavid, Canes, Crosby for Hart? Probably. That's what I'd see going on for the Hart right now. I think the Caps have a good chance of beating the Pens. It's the Penguins, and the Caps are known for choking, so I wouldn't say that too quick, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Get Trouba from the Jets, you can help your defense in the power play. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I could definitely use those pieces to acquire him if I could. I have to give him some picks and whatnot, but we'll see. But yeah, it's 2-0 for the Preds. Time for a water break here. Remember when you used to text like this? Now, me personally, I remember when that was a thing for sure. Do you like Gallagher? I don't mind him. He's a good workhorse. Always plays hard every night. Not the most talented of guys, but I like him for sure. And scout for goalies and defensemen. Yeah. Right now, in terms of the gem mode, we've done most of our scouting for offense. We're gonna move on to defensemen later on now. Hello, MorningLolz. You're sad the Habs lost. Yes, I'm sad the Habs lost. But it's good in the sense that it exposes that this team wasn't very good to get past round 1, and maybe Bergevin will smarten up and stop being lazy and actually acquire the centerman, please. You know what I mean? If the Pens lost Malkin and the Caps lost Backstrom, who do you think would win? The Penguins. I think so. Tu parles français? Yeah, oui, je parle français, mais c'est pas ma première langue. But yeah, it's not my first language. Fair, Lupul, retain $2 million and put 2 first-round picks for Trouba. Yeah, we got a lot of youth and a lot of prospects already. I don't think it's a huge deal getting rid of those first 2-round picks per se. We could try to find a way to reacquire them later on. But picking up something on defense wouldn't be a bad idea at all. I think I will look into that for sure. Paul, I love it. Would you start liking Chara if you join the Habs? Probably not. I mean, I know he's a player that most people would love to have on their team, but probably not. You like Lundqvist? Yeah, I like Lundqvist. I like him for sure. I think when I first started playing goalie, my final pads I got were pretty much matching like Lundqvist pads, color scheme and Bauer too, but they were the older ones though. Watch Subban lose this goal to someone else again. God damn it. Do you know Nips or Mr. Talon? He's best friends with Shady Penguin. Yeah, I know him. I don't watch him anymore, but I know them. Who's the Rangers' best player? Offensively, probably like Zuccarello, maybe. I want Zibanejad to get better. I like Zibanejad a lot, but we'll see. Looks like Crosby. Oh, okay. Which of the two remaining Canadian teams do you like better? I like the Oilers better, but I respect the Sens too. How you doing? Fun fact. Do you think Edmonton will win the Stanley Cup? Maybe not this year, but they are very much so set for an amazing future, and I think they can do it in the future for sure. Can you draw Paul again on the whiteboard? It wasn't Paul, it was actually Daub. But I don't have much space, but I'll try it out here. There he is. That's, I don't know if you really see him well, but he's there. Do you live in Quebec? Technically, yes. I live in the province of Quebec. From Montreal, though. Edmonton will win. Chris Neal's broken teeth. Brutal. Tyler Seguin or Kopitar? Tyler Seguin. Really like Seguin for sure. Do you like playing basketball and watching? Playing, not so much. Watching, I enjoy watching it from time to time. I don't follow it as regularly as maybe you do, but pretty much a Raptors follower when it's on, put it that way. Score is 2-0 for Nashville with 14 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second period. Kevin Fiala is injured, so that is unfortunate for Nashville. We'll see if they can still do alright with that. Nah, it's 2-0. From Montevideo, so you're very close. Oh, okay, that's pretty chill, man. Nice. But yeah, it is 2-0. 47 times 9, pull out the calculator, my dude. When do you think Montreal will get a baseball team? That Sharpie went flying. Holy shit. When will they get a baseball team? Probably in a few years. Maybe. I hope. That'd be pretty cool. What kind of injury? I think it was a knee injury for Kevin Fiala. He went flying into the boards after being hit by Bertuzzo. But Fun Fact says they're never going to get a team. I think that's going to happen eventually, but Quebec Nordiques 2024 Cup champs. Book it. I admire it. I admire it for sure. And where did that Sharpie go? We've got a fatality, boys. Rest in peace, Sharpie. But yeah. Flying Sharpie go. I kind of want to find it, but it's way back there. Screw that. I'll use blue instead or something. Montreal will never get a baseball team in the MLB. They had one, and they could come back, but I'm not one to be super hyped about baseball anyways, so it doesn't bother me too much. It is what it is. 19 hits for Nashville, 17 hits for St. Louis as we speak. But yeah. Who would play for Quebec if they came back? I think if they came back, it would be like a fantasy draft, like an expansion draft as well, so nothing you could predict, obviously, right now. But, high end. Why can't the Flames win in Anaheim? They haven't won since 2006. I have no idea. They just can't win in that building. And it showed again. It's really weird. 2068 Nigeria Stanley Cup champions. Book that too. Love it. How long do you think it'll take for Colorado Avalanche to rebuild? Give it another 2 years if they do it alright. 3 if they don't. It really depends on what they want to do. Rest in peace, Sharpie, and rest in peace, Potato Cam. Moment of silence, my dudes. I very like your stream, but I gotta go leave. Okay, Marc-Andre, don't worry about it. Happy you came through. Hope you enjoyed. Top 5 favorite players. Price, Talbot, Dubnyk, Galchenyuk, Seguin. Let's go with that. I like goalies a lot, as you can notice. But this just in, Henderson suing Flying Sharpie. Flying Sharpie getting out of here before Paul came through. You gotta watch out, boys. Regular season, January 19, 2004. I'm not sure what you mean there. 2080, Calgary will finally win. No, I think that's when Montreal will finally win, and even then, they're lucky. Oh my, what a good goal. 2-1 now. St. Louis just scored that. I think it was Colton Parayko. That was a good goal. What if Carey Price pulls a massive prank and doesn't sign with the Habs? Then the Habs are done. Then again, they'll save a lot of cap, though. But done, put it that way. Because they rely on him too much. Do you think Ottawa will win the Cup in the next 5 years or so? Probably not my first idea when I think about Cup winners, but they can make a run for it. Who knows? But yeah, 2-1. That was a great goal by Parayko. 5-holer too. He walks in, the Preds just back up, give him all the space. They beat Rene 5-hole there. So 2-1 game now. Do you think Grigorenko will develop into a good player for Colorado? No, I think Grigorenko is going to end up just going to the KHL. I think he's not going to be anything like that. Fire Julian, we just got him, dude. I'd wait a little bit longer for firing him. Let's see what happens, though. Made Galchenyuk a fourth liner. His excuse was that he wanted to spread out the offense, you know what I mean? It's a bad excuse. How do I say this? I think they're going to finally try to just keep Galchenyuk in that center spot. Because when he started off the season, he was like point per game. Then he got injured, and then he wasn't the same. So we'll see what happens. We needed someone like Maurice Richard. It's not going to happen. Who was your pick for the Blues and Predators series? I made a video about that for round 2 predictions. You can check it out on the channel. But I predicted the Predators taking the series and the game tonight, for that matter. And on that note, 2-minute power play for the Predators, penalty on it's Edmondson. Actually, no, it's a 4-on-4. James Neal's going in too. He's complaining. I don't know why, but am I sure to Crosby? Crosby. 9 times Lenny face. I love it. I'm assuming it was like a roughing on both sides there, because it's a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. See what happens here. There's 11:28 to go to the second period. 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, 2-1 for Nashville over St. Louis. My least favorite coach is John Tortorella. He's a good coach. He's very passionate. That's something you got to notice for sure. Some things he does right, some things he does wrong. I love the bloopers and the replays of him, though, so you got to give him that too. Top 5 defensemen, in terms of like who's best in my opinion, probably just Burns, Carlson, Hedman, Doughty, and I'm probably totally forgetting someone right now. Give it to Yossi. Yossi's unreal. But yeah, your thoughts on the Fiala hit? I don't think it was a dirty hit. I think the hit was maybe a bit late, but the way he landed, he fell, and the way his knee bent on it, a bit of a freak play. We'll see though on the replays. I want to see a bit more. Terrien looks like he's been perpetually constipated. Never liked Terrien. Never did. Favorite team in the NHL? The Habs. Who do you think is the most underrated player for the Caps? Justin Williams. He secondary scoring, huge leadership, a lot of clutch goals against Toronto. I'll give it to Williams. And it looks like Tarasenko may be injured. That would be huge. Jesus, man. Backstrom is so underrated. He's an assist machine. I give him that. I don't think he's underrated per se. I think he's just where he's at. Yeah, Tarasenko though. Is that a block shot or something? And see though. I think Flames should have won Game 3. They choked it. They should have won, I guess, but still, unbelievable. Carlson #1, solid. Tom Wilson woke up in beast mode. Yeah, he did for sure. Yeah, Tarasenko, I think he's okay. He's chilling up the bench. He's probably just gonna try to catch his breath, and I think he'll be back. Why can't we have anyone else like Richard? Richard has a trophy named after him. He was back in an era where scoring was a thing that just happened all the freaking time. For God's sakes, yeah, he's got a trophy named after him. It's we could have someone that has the same role as him, like I guess Pacioretty is like a huge goal scorer, not in the playoffs, But you see what I mean, sort of. Who do you think is going to win the cup? I said the Caps would, but I'm not too confident with them going against Pittsburgh. As a defensive forward, Backstrom is underrated. Okay, I'll give you that. Just listed. EA has released 150 overall potato flying Sharpie chow. Jesus, man. How you doing, Saints? If you need a damn mirror, even if it's ass still cool behind you and legit for copyright too. Pretty much set in stone. I'm not really gonna show games anymore. And again, if it's ass, it's just gonna be an eyesore. It's just gonna be annoying to set up for no reason. You guys aren't gonna see anything in it. I don't know about that, man. But thank you for the input, anyways. They blew a 4-goal lead. Why, Moose? Poor Moose. I know though. I don't think it was entirely his fault though. It wasn't. They, as a team, completely let go there. Ovechkin is this era's Richard. Pretty much, he slowed down this year, but I think the offense was very spread out in Washington for the most part. Big playboys, love it. Top 5 most good-looking players. Never considered that. You can let me know. Water ball progress, we're getting close to the flip. Very early this time. Jake Allen's playing solid. Despite it being 2-1, he's playing well. But yeah. Let's try to fix this real quick here. Can you show Caps versus Pittsburgh? First of all, that game is tomorrow, and I don't show games anymore. Sorry, dude. But I could have it in the background, kind of comment on it whenever I glance at it as I answer you guys' questions and messages. But yeah, Nashville still got a 33-second power play with about 10 minutes to go to the second period now. Mirror is legit. You won't get copyright. It's how most people post movies and stuff too. Look into it. Watch backwards mirror potato. Well, I could show you again if you really want to, but it looks bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. Johnny Hockey, love him. Best NHL YouTubers. I like 2G24. I like the hockey guy, even though he doesn't do GMOs or anything like that. I like Johnny. X-Tech Gaming. Those are the main ones I kind of like. Why is there Richard on the bracket? I'm not sure what you mean there, John. Sorry, dude. 10 seconds left in the power play. Let's just take a shot already. Do something with it. Come on. Yeah, that's the end of the power play. Get Trouba and get Myers for their loophole and a prospect. Won't become good and retain $3 million, 2 first-round picks. Yeah, again, moving out loophole, moving out Fair, gonna move out Boyle. We're gonna move out either Hunwick or what's his name, Polak. We are gonna try to make the acquisition of a bona fide top 4 defenseman. That being probably someone along the likes of Trouba. We'll see. I still want to leave time for the players to progress naturally, though. But, yeah. Chris Neal, Brent Burns, Lokacher, without teeth, Phil Kessel, and Gino. Jeez, I love it. Oh, dude. Oh, another power play for Nashville again. 28 seconds left to it. Oh, and they're sending another one to the box. It's 5-on-3, boys. If Nashville capitalizes on this, it's huge. I guess bad discipline by St. Louis. I think they slashed Subban there. And they don't like him, obviously. I'm back. Happy you're back, Ricky. How you doing, man? But yeah. 5-on-3 for Nashville. If they can convert even just 1 goal on this, it's huge. Absolutely. But yeah, 2-man advantage. Funny how Mike Yeo went from Minnesota to St. Louis and beat his old team. Poor Bruce Boudreau can't make it in the playoffs. Specify who Johnny is when you were naming best NHL YouTubers. Johnny? Johnny's Birdman, 2BC Sports. But yeah. Try to lick your elbow. 14 seconds left in the 2-man advantage, and then it'll be 5-on-4. Looks like we're heading towards that right now. But yeah, try to just update this real quick. Okay. So now it's 5-on-4 for another minute and a half for Nashville. If they don't score, it's still good to get some momentum. Try to wear down St. Louis while they got a chance. That's a missed shot there. Do you think Guy Boucher should have been nominated for Jack Adams? He was a good coach this year. I don't think he's Jack Adams worthy, at least not this season, but I'll give him credit. And that's a 3-1 game now. Wow, 3-1. What do the Flames need to contend? Their defense is getting older. Besides Hamilton, they got to make a better move in goaltending. Apparently, they got to solidify their defense as well. I think that's the main part. But it's 3-1. How you doing, Mohammed? Scores 3-1 for Nashville. I want to see this goal again. Oh, dude, it just trickled in. What do you think about Caps versus Pens? I want the Caps to win, but I got a feeling the Pens will. And that's Subban again. Unreal, dude. Shit. Habs must love themselves right now. Habs are the new Leafs, and when I say that, I mean like the crappy era of the Leafs. They're coming out of it now. Don't worry about it. Forsberg is a beast? Absolutely. Technically, Galchenyuk's got more points than him in the draft year, but he played more games, and I think Forsberg is much better. What a steal from Washington, and then they just gave him up to Nashville. God damn it. But yeah, he's an honest beast. And I think they're reviewing the goal now. Is there like goalie interference? Oh, because he kicked it in. I don't think that was a very visible kicking motion. I think it's a good goal. Kate Upton or Pierre Maguire? Kate Upton. Fuck Maguire. I don't mean to swear, but still, I don't like Maguire. Buy more laws in the stream. Alright, Baby Taster, thanks for coming through. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming. But looks like it's a good goal. 3-1 Nashville with 7:49 to go in the second. Should Calgary keep Brian Elliott? They just acquired him. I don't think they're going to make a move to get rid of him right away, but he's aging. And he's not necessarily the best number one goalie as they've seen. If Parsons can develop quick, we'll see. But it depends what their plans are with him, and I'm not too sure what they are. But yeah, oh, it's a commercial now. Oh, it's been a long day, boys. I think I could totally. I thought it would be good short term, but now looking at Subban play a lot more, he played even less this season than Weber, and he pretty much did as good, if not better, point per game when you think about it. I think they traded the player the same way that the Habs traded Patrick Roy back in the day. They got a better return, per se, but they traded him to get rid of Subban. It's stupid. That trade got McPhee fired, pretty much. Alright, buddy, heading out, GG. Alright, see you, Zarav. Thanks for coming through. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video and next stream for sure, buddy. But yeah. Subban's been unreal. Alright, let me just fix something over here. There you go. What you got to say, buddy? Okay, so yeah, Philip Forsberg did get the goal. Third of the playoffs. Power play assisted by Subban and Yoke. Unreal duo on the D. And Allen, I don't blame him too much. It's only 3-1. But I think you're starting to notice a bit of a trend so far in this game. The Preds are all over them. We'll see if this changes beyond this game one only, of course. But yeah. Who do you think won the Zibanejad-Brassard trade? The Rangers by far. Brassard is on his way down, and Zibanejad is on his way up. So I think the Rangers win that trade. If you could redo the Subban trade, who would you trade that for? Has to be a one-on-one swap. You know, I think I'd do for Yossi, not gonna lie. I put Subban and Yossi, nearly the same player, pretty much same, like, I put them at the same mark, you know? If you're gonna trade 1-for-1, might as well make it pretty much same player for same player. Well, I mean, Yossi's not as electric, but point-wise, pretty much the same. But it's weird, you know? Based on this year, which team in each conference do you think will make the playoffs? Who missed it this year? Okay, so next season then, for those who didn't make it. Tampa's going to make it, I think. Buffalo could make a run at it. We'll see if they develop properly. Carolina could be interesting for sure. On the west side, we got... the Kings are on their way down. The Jets can make a decent push if they fix their problems. Besides that, doesn't look too promising there. But yeah. Who's winning the Jack Adams? Babcock, McClellan, or Tortorella? I think Babcock wins it. Tortorella, big reason for, you know, Columbus doing amazing so far, but Babcock is... Toronto is all Babcock. He is the reason for the players' development, the reason why they're ahead of the rebuild. They said there was going to be pain, but there wasn't as much as people really thought per se, if you know what I mean. And McClellan, well, he's got McDavid, so I give it to Babcock. Babcock. You know what I mean. Jesus. Take a little water break here. We're at a commercial right now. So 3-1 for Nashville against the St. Louis Blues in the second period. Let me try to erase these little numbers here. It's getting annoying. You guys get the lines. I got the suggestions. Got a pretty good idea of what I want to do with this. And I think you guys seem to be on board with it as well. So we'll do just that. Let's just fix this up here. There we go. Okay. Real good there. Real good here. Cool. Alright. So I agree. Yeah, I agree with you too. I mean, I did say that, but yeah. Depending on how much time I got, I may end the stream decently soon. I've been at this for about 2 hours now. I'm not even showing the game, it's just commentary, so I might end this pretty soon here. Islanders will make the playoffs next year. Depends if they keep, obviously, Tavares, if they can build around him better than they have so far, and if they can fix their goaltending. Do you think the Oilers win the this year? No. Next few years, they could, for sure. Who do you think comes out of the West? In the finals, I see Nashville actually making it. See you later, nice stream. Alright, thank you, be virtuous. Appreciate it. Who do you think wins the Hart? I give it to McDavid. I'm starting to believe the Oilers will win that cup. Yeah, they could for sure. I gotta see how they do against Anaheim, sorry. What happened? Pretty much 3-1 Nashville, second period, 5 minutes left to go. I might end the stream real soon here. Been at this for 2 hours now. I'll get the recap out later on for sure. Shots are 26 for Nashville, 13 for St. Louis. That pretty much shows how the game's been going right now. You guys can watch the rest of the game for sure, though. So once this period's done, I think I'm gonna bounce, if you know what I mean. So Nashville, Smashville. They've been great though. They've been doing great. I'll give them that. Big save from Rene right there. Absolutely. But Tomas Chabot or Charlie McAvoy? I'll give it to Chabot. I like McAvoy though for sure, but I'll give it to Chabot. Will you do this for the Oilers game? No, unfortunately not tonight. That's why I'm already close to ending this right now, because timing schedule-wise isn't too great. But once I'm done school in approximately 2 to 3 weeks, should be Gucci. Who do you think has the best chance to win the Cup? Caps on paper are the best team. It's now or never. If they don't win now, they're not winning the Ovi era. But then again, Pittsburgh, they're pushing to repeat. And the West is scary, but I'll still give it to my prediction. I'll give it to Washington. Flip that bottle, please. That didn't land, unfortunately. Yeah, I love the Preds. I want them in the Captain final. I agree absolutely with that. Nashville, Washington was my preseason Stanley Cup final. I had Washington winning. Solid. Gucci Gucci. How you doing, Zed Plays? How you doing, man? How you doing, Volcanic? Can you do this for Ottawa and New York game tomorrow? Yeah, probably be able to do that tomorrow. Yep. But yeah. So in the next 3 minutes ish, while when the second period ends, I'll stop the stream when the second period is done, and I'll get you guys a recap video out by tomorrow for sure. Pretty solid stream so far. I also got some good input for the GM mode. You guys came in clutch, chimed in, and I got a better idea of what you guys want to do with this. Oilers game 3 on Sunday. Game starts at 7. Really, that's an early game. I thought that would be way later. Sunday, should be able. I'll see. Rene is making some big saves right now. Yeah, Rene is, as much as St. Louis has not been an offensive presence this game, with only about 13 shots last I checked, Rene has been good, for sure. Who do you think will win the Cup? I'll stick with Washington. It's now or never, and that was my prediction going into the playoffs. Not comfortable with them seeing Pittsburgh in round 2, but we'll stick with it. And we are all out of water. Do you think Oilers will make the final? I predict Oilers and Nashville in the conference finals. That'll be very interesting to see what happens. But I still think Nashville will somehow pull through. What team do you think will win the Stanley Cup next year? Wow. Screw it, I'll give it to Edmonton. Why not? Are you going to stream the game tomorrow? By stream the game, do you mean Facecam like this and chat and everything? In that case, yes, I will. Hold up. We have a visitor. The cat has entered. Come on, buddy. There you go. So floofy. Alright, we got a visitor over here for you guys. So, Colorado. Love it. How you doing, buddy? I'll leave the board. But yeah. Period's done in a few minutes. So, we'll end the stream real soon then. How you doing? Will ever see another scoring boom, or are we stuck in a defense type game? I think we're gonna see a decrease in goal scoring. We already are seeing it, and I think that's just because goaltending is getting way better. We may see we're always gonna see those games where there's gonna be a lot of scoring sometimes too, but I think it's stabilizing right now. Hey buddy. You think Duchesne gets traded during the draft, the offseason? I think he stays. I don't think it's worthwhile for Colorado to get rid of him. I don't think we'll get enough of a return. But then again, never know what's going to happen. Hey, Oilers. Who wins Game 1 in Anaheim tonight? I say Anaheim takes Game 1, just due to pure experience. But I'll give Edmonton the series. Do you play ice hockey? If so, what team? I used to play. I stopped. Highest I played was... basically call up for Midget Espoir, which is right below AAA in Quebec. Besides that, I played AA, Double B, I played school, so that's about it. And yeah. Basically Lac St. Louis region, if you know where that is in Quebec. If you know what that is, though. But yeah. So about 1:32 to the second period, 3-1 game for Nashville. You think the Blues will come back? I don't think so. I think Nashville has been pretty much owning this game. It would be surprising if I see the Blues come back. I think Nashville isn't going to pull a Calgary, if you know what I mean. Since the Pens won the Cup, do you think the league has transitioned into a speed league? Yeah, I think so. I think the reason why it seems like it's always a transition is because back when the Kings win it was a grindy defensive game. I think the league is pretty much looking towards speed entirely. For God's sakes, their franchise player, McDavid's the fastest player in the league. It's a speed game now. An aspect which the Habs have been doing the opposite of, getting the grittier players. Nothing wrong with that, but speed wins. We've seen it with Pittsburgh. Anaheim doesn't have the defense or goaltending to deal with Edmonton. Oilers in 6. Solid. I said Oilers in 7, so that's pretty close. How do you think the Leafs will do next year? Will they get better or worse? We have to see if they get that sophomore slump, especially for those first-year players, per se. I think they make progress, though. Last time the Oilers played a playoffs game in Anaheim, they advanced to the Seneca final. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Edmonton should take it. That's just my opinion. Bye, good stream. See you tomorrow. I'll see you, Gideon. Thanks for coming through. Fuck. Yeah, I got a cat here, man. Yeah, players have to keep getting faster in the NHL. Speed means everything. Absolutely. Blue was right. It's about speed. Gotta go. Alright, see you, Subban. Thanks for coming through. In about 50 seconds, we're gonna end the stream anyways, so good solid 2 hours of streaming. Gotta love it. But yeah. Cat's just chilling here with me now. Who wins the Conn Smythe this year? Depending like what the finals are. Screw it. Just give it to Subban. Why not? Just piss off Habs fans even more. Well, honestly, he's been pretty good in the playoffs. And if Nashville makes the finals, like I predict them to do, that would be pretty insane. Erik Karlsson has the sickest flow in the league. Talk about nice lettuce. Love it. Yeah, for sure. So gentle. Yeah. So pretty much Nashville's taking this game. At least I don't see St. Louis coming back. Last I checked, it was 26-13 in terms of shots. 3-1 game. Nashville's been pretty much owning it right now. Wait, how do you donate? If you wish to donate, you can do so through Super Chat. You could write a message and attach a donation to it. If you feel so inclined, it's much appreciated. What do you think of IHF? Pretty much during the Christmas holidays, Team Canada, watching them every year. Love doing it for sure. But yeah. Your cat looks so fluffy. He is the fluffiest. He's a beautiful fluffy fluffer. Challenging for a cup. Challenging for a cup if they get. Oh, Ottawa, my mistake. Yeah, if Ottawa gets past New York, they could pull it off. They were the underdog of the playoffs. No one expects them to take the cup. They could do it though. Pens beat the Caps in 91, 92. Yeah, pretty much. Sure, I love that. Oh. You will donate for sure. Sounds good, Sobe. Thank you. If you want to, you can do it through Super Chat. I appreciate it. But what if Nashville sweeps every team? Legendary. But yeah. Looks like the second period's done. We're going to wrap up this stream real quick here. So, yeah. By the end of the second period, it's 3-1 for Nashville. Pretty much they're taking this game entirely. We're going to see how Edmonton, Anaheim pans out by the end of the night. Looking at the rosters here for GM mode, I got a good idea of what I want to do. If you guys haven't checked out the first episode, you can check it out in the description of this video for the Toronto Maple Leafs NHL 17 franchise mode. We're going to try to go ahead and trade Fair, Lupul, Boyle, either Hunwick or Polak, and we're going to try and make an acquisition of a top 4 defenseman. We're going to see how that's going to pan out for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Should you guys feel so inclined